has transpired?
Pretty hesitant throughout the match, kind of feeling him out, which isn't really what I'm about. I'm not about going out there and feeling people out, but kind of happened. And Terry kind of just barking at me from the corner. Get to him, it's there. Just every time I went out of bounds, I'd look over and he'd be telling me, and it just kind of clicked. And once I hit it, it was just a position that I'm very, very, very familiar with, and I was comfortable to work slow through it. There was no rush, no hurry. I pulled him back in bounds to where I had time and space to finish, and I got the finish. I mean, I could have just rushed it on the edge like you see a lot of guys do, and they end up going out of bounds, but I felt like I did a pretty good job there, and it's, I mean, 99% of that's on my coaches, because I work in that situation a lot, because that's a situation where people struggle to finish, in a situation I've gotten to my whole life, and I've just needed to improve on, and the improvement's there, and it helped me out.
What do you think caused the hesitation?
It's hard to say. It really is pretty hard to say, but just thinking about, just kind of overthinking things maybe, and thinking it's an opponent that's I've known my whole life, and I've never really got to wrestle, and I know he's solid, and I've never really felt it myself. So once I actually felt it, it was like, you know, I just kind of was feeling him out a little bit, seeing where he was going to be, and he was trying to kind of bully me around a little bit with those underhooks, and I just, something I learned from, and it's not to go out there and learn, but I did go out there and learned, and I'm not happy with it, but I got my hand raised, so.
You know, the semifinal match against Garnett, what did that mean to kind of get that monkey off your back?
I mean, yeah, it's a kid that beat me 2 years in a row, so I've been wanting to beat him. I mean, I didn't want to lose to him the other 2 times either, so I've kind of had the same approach to it each year, is I want to beat this guy. I'm not one of those people that have mental blocks where someone beats you and it blocks you, you know. Mm-hmm. Not one of those people, so.
You were kind of frustrated after that match, though. How do you feel about the tournament as a whole?
Tournament as a whole? There's a lot to be learned, really. I mean, I got my hand raised all the way through, did the best I've ever did here, but there's so much to build from, and so many positions to get better on. Not necessarily so many, but a few big positions where if I get to where I can finish on the left as well as I can finish on the right, I mean, I'll be getting 2-3 times as many takedowns. Just little things that mean a lot, and that's what I've learned, and I'm going to really spend some time on there. I mean, I've had a few tough opponents this season, but this tournament, I mean, it's kind of back-to-back tough opponents, which is really good for me, and I'm glad we came.
What's it like to win a tournament of this caliber and still know that there are things that could make a big difference that could take you to a higher level?
A lot of that's just having the right coaching staff, because, I mean, when you're in high school, after practice, they'll ask you what you want to work on, and sometimes you're thinking, like, what should I work? Like, you don't even know what to work on. 10 times better than I was in high school, and I can come out of practice and know 3, 4, 5 things to work on. So a lot of it's just opening your brain, widening your arsenal, and having your coaches there to remind you what you can get better at, so you always know them yourself.
You know, it's part of that too, wrestling guys of this caliber, higher caliber, opening your eyes to things to a higher level.
Yeah, I mean, that has something to do with it for sure. Just getting different feels and different looks, and knowing that this guy's real strong. You maybe never wrestled a guy that's real good in this position, but your up-and-coming opponent is, and that'll maybe make you work on that position that you've never worked on before.
You talked about Terry barking at you. What kind of impact has he had on you? What kind of influence has he had? What's he mean to you?
It's crazy. I mean, it really is. I've had days where I feel like I have nothing left to give, and just Terry kind of pointing at his temple and saying, "It's all in here," can freaking stand you right up and make you do 5 more, you know? It's crazy how much of an impact him and Tom have both had on me, and I mean, I thank him, and I'm freaking blessed to be with him.
You know, does it